you have only a few days before most of America becomes the most annoying fucking people you've ever met. Wee woo, wee woo. I have no right to talk about being annoying. Especially not when I'm up there linking a fucking throne wish list on my... I don't know, does that make me seem like a bad person on some level? But anyway, welcome back to Final Fantasy V. I went and I leveled up a little bit, as you can see. Mostly so that way I could start sort of padding out people's job EXP a little bit. Like, let's go in here. Oh. Oopsie. I mean, I could run the sub notification again in a moment once I remember how to. I'd have to log into Streamlabs for that, wouldn't I? Anyway, big thing here is that I wanted to have Ninja mastered on Buttes, Montana. And then I moved over to Hunter for him, so that way I can work on gaining his rapid fire ability. Now, if you've ever played FF5, and I don't know how many of you have, you will know that Butts has a... Well, any of the characters can do this, really. But thanks to Dissidia, it's arguably been canonized as sort of Butts' very specific thing, where you can give them the ability Rapid Fire, which is earned by maxing out the Hunter class, and you give them Dual Wield with 2 weapons they can use Spellblade, and you give them the Spellblade ability. This is all, you do this shit on Mime, by the way. And you prep Flare Spellblade, and you just hit an enemy, and you can land 8 hits for huge amounts of damage off of the Flare Enhanced Spellblade. And it's kind of sickening, really. So... as I've said before, from what I've been led to understand, that is basically Butts' limit break in Dissidia, which I have never played the Dissidia games. I own... God, I might only own the original Dissidia, but those are fighting games, and I'm very picky about fighting games, and quite bad at them either way. So, yeah, that's just one that I haven't gotten around to a whole lot yet. Anyway, what we need to do is, and I completely forgot that this was an option, is we gotta go find Guido's Island, but it's under the water. Thank goodness we have a submarine here. It's like I just kind of forgot what a submarine can do, right? Son of a submariner. There are a couple of other games that are under the Dissidia banner past the 2 PSP games, which... As I said, I think I only have the original one, but there were 2 of them. I don't know if any of the other Dissidia games that have that name, like Opera Omnia or anything like that, I don't think any of those are fighting games, but that is sort of Mr. Nomura's big Final Fantasy crossover project. Ultimately, wow, hey, there's a lot of reasons, I guess, why Nomura stopped having so many Final Fantasy characters, or any at all, really, in Kingdom Hearts, isn't there? I haven't seen that, but... Interesting. Alright, here we are at Gil Shrine here. That's right, because his name is Gil in this translation as opposed to Guido or anything like that. And are there still monsters to fight here? That's my question. It do kind of look like a dungeon, but for all I know, might not be much of a dungeon. Yeah, let's pick up the big rock. Yeah. Jeez, it's heavy. Alright, well. Ah, I see. We got these metamorpha enemies here. Oh. Nice job landing it with the bow, buddy. The bow is... bows are not particularly accurate, from my understanding. At least they're slightly less accurate than other weapons. But I'm pretty sure they can be used from the back row if you want to for full damage. It's morphin time and he turns into a cat. And yes, here's these slimes that are known as Radiator for some reason. What an incredible naming convention there. Choice. Good job, guys. Let's see how much damage Kick does. Oh, I mean, that's pretty good area of effect damage. Don't need to do it twice. But also, punching these slimes seems to do pretty decently in general. Wow. Good old bludgeoning. Ah, I see what you're doing here, is that this stone has to be put into these boxes in order to move between rooms here. Okay. Interesting. I mean, that's one way to have a lock there. Nice. Yeah, see, you can crit with your fists and with a small number of other weapons, but not everything. Here, can we get this old man before he turns into another monster? Yeah! Nice and easy, and worth 3 ABP a kill. That's pretty solid. Yeah, the radiator, yes. But before that point, that's an interesting choice. That's all. Just calling it a radiator. Yes, I remember Eraserhead as well. A little bit. Shellfish. It's a bit of a strange retranslation, but hey. Okay, so we need door number 3 to open. There we go. And he's transforming into a toad. Ah, yes, one from earlier in the game, huh? Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of a good way to cover the... Yeah, it's reddish, blood-colored. It's not actually made of blood until we're through with it, right? Ah, we got a bit of that, like, black circle sort of around some of the edges there, which is... Ah, well, at least we don't need to use flash to light this place up too badly, right? Wow, that blob gave me the suck. That's unfortunate. Oh, wow, didn't even need to do the AoE. I didn't realize that their HP was quite that low. Let me open that thing, and back we go! Well, I guess it is technically a dungeon, but it's not much of one. We're doing pretty alright, Retro. We have... Well, we just started today's session, and we've gotten... We're in the Guido cave here. So I forgot that our submarine could do submarine shit last time. That's real smart of me. We're raising up a couple of monks here, and also working on getting multi-shot for Hat Boy there, for Butts, for Buttes, Montana. Or whatever his name is this week, I don't know. Jimbo. Oh, hey, there was Shiva again, but got completely eliminated, like, immediately. Wow. Super easy battle. Biuddle. And these things are mostly just stacks of HP, so... Yeah, I didn't think Metamorph was one that changed that much, either. And... yeah, it got tiny little glasses on. Oh boy, a Crew Dust. That one had a correct name, though. It was Cool Dust elsewhere for some reason. What the hell? Translation is no longer making any sense whatsoever. Not necessarily convinced that it did to begin with, but hey. Now it super is not. There's a dragon zombie. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we can probably just continue to punch this thing to death, and we're good. Easy. Shockingly easy, actually. Ah, yes, here we go. A turtle? Yeah, I mean, let's go for it. As we sink to the bottom immediately and then able to resurface very quickly. But I mean, judging by the way that was seemed more or less like a warp, yeah, okay. Never mind, that's totally sensible-ish. If you don't entirely know what sense is at all times, but hey. It's not the stupidest of all possibilities. Probably. That's the same turtle as before. Oh, now that's just rude, Butts. Come on. Yeah, listen to Galuf. Don't keep knocking on the turtle. I know it looks like a rock, but hey. As everyone's surprised by a talking turtle. Come on, that's not the weirdest thing you've seen in this adventure yet. You guys have dealt with a talking tree already. Ferris has always got to bring in something real silly. Oh, did we put a dent in him? That's not great. That's upsetting. The Forest of Moor. Alright, yep. It's just west of Surgate Castle. Ugh. 500 years ago, evil spirits sealed in that turned a tree into a monster. Yes, that's right, everybody. X-Death is a fucking tree. This has been memed on quite frequently, but, I mean, to be fair, it is quite silly, but also... to me, I do still like the fact that this sort of fits into this theme relatively of humans abusing natural resources on some level, because it kind of turns Exdeath into this, like, Gaia's revenge type of creature. I assume just bad translation, Retro. That's about it. I mean, it's sort of a gee sound to start with, and then forgetting. Yeah, so Exdeath is out doing things, yep. We gotta go to the Forest of Moor, I see. Alright, tell me where I can go to punch this tree in the... Attack any who enter it. Ooh. What are you giving me to deal with it? A chainsaw? Fire? We got part of a tree. Won't that just piss him off even more? Well, this is an idea, all right. Yeah, see, I did some looking back at things, and I believe that this translation is not entirely... I had said before that I'm pretty sure this translation was a thing that Ted Woolsey had worked on, but I believe that's not true, actually. That this is just sort of from a weird... You know, it's not Tom Slattery either, which is kind of unfortunate, because Tom Slattery, I mean... Some of Tom Slattery's translations have some issues, but also... He was mostly alright at stuff and cleaning up some of the issues that... He did have a little bit of the job of having to clean up after dealing with the limitations of what Nintendo would consider to be permissible for stuff like FF6. Where they had to censor Celus's attempted suicide as, like, just doing it for stress relief. Yeah, exactly, you know. Yeah, I mean, I actually quite like Ted Woolsey's localizations as a rule. But part of that also comes down to, do remember that I almost said Exdeath, Kefka, as we know him now, Ted Woolsey basically entirely rewrote Kefka. Like, he still has a lot of the same basic personality of being an annoying man-child, but Ted Woolsey gave him jokes, is a big part of it. Oh shit, Rama. I didn't fight Rama earlier in the game. Can I get him? Then again, I didn't give summons too much of the time of day, to be fair. Summons are a bit of a mixed bag in this game, if I recall correctly. For example, there's something quite interesting. Odin cannot instantly kill enemies with the heavy tag, even if it otherwise would work, unless you summon him from the magic lamp. Which the magic lamp, I don't believe, cares about whether or not you actually obtain summons. I'm gonna probably try to pick that up because that will ease part of the final boss. Because one part of the final boss can be killed by Odin if you use the lamp. I missed out on him? Well, damn. That's right, I probably don't need him. I'm sure it'll be fine. I got Golem on the dragon place. Dragonvale, I think, is the one that I think is what it's called in later translations. So, I mean, if Blepas, that is kind of a useful summon because it can be used to insta-kill some enemies. I don't remember which ones, but... And who knows, by the time I hit World 3, it might not actually be all that useful anymore. I could probably go look for that real quick. Always nice to get a critical hit punch in there. That usually means we can kill these guys before they morph. Which just means this fight is completely free. Money, experience, tiny amount of experience, but hey. Same amount of AP no matter what, though. Remember to use the helm from the correct side here. Pop ourselves out of the water. Oh no, that blue thing is our flyer. Whoops. Other side of the lake here. I think this is the place we need to be, right? It's not on that side of things. It's the northeast, northeast. Now this will be northwest, right? Yeah, a couple of these weird jester cat creatures, the ridicules. Oh, I might have to be on a specific island as opposed to... Lands on, like, the least useful chunk of land ever. Alright, get out here. I think this is a cave where we can find something we want to fight. And it's got druids in it, so that seems like a bit of a good start at least. Because we're looking for an enemy called an Ironback, or in this version perhaps called Iron Dress. Also, these guys are pretty stout, considering. Ah, we missed one of them. Fuck. Just whiff central here today. Ugh. Oh, at least counterattack happened. That's nice. Tried to cast a magnet on us, but I don't think we have any metal equipment, so that shouldn't do anything, right? At least not to Ferris. Ability. Catch drunk monster. I didn't even notice that. That's incredible. Great phrasing there. Ah, more druids. No, he cut my level in half. That's rude. Ah, heck, I didn't mean to Mash that button so much. Well, I have a feeling that's going to, like, just cut Galuf's damage horribly because, like, being a monk, yeah, surely being a monk, a large amount of his punch power is derived from his level, right? Because I know that level plays at least some part in the damage calculation just directly. Wow, nobody wants to hit that guy for some reason. Whoa. Can I stop hitting my mic? The answer is probably no, but hey. Nice, we gained some job levels. Folks are getting some more max HP. Come on, where's our... Oh, dude, whatever. Like, what if I made that my Discord notification sound, but then I realized I never have a Discord notification sound audible, even off stream? Image must be the thing that's making these guys harder to hit. That would make sense. I just was completely not thinking about it because they were not doing any, Yo, what the fuck? Memory lost, excuse me? Were they just kicked out of the battle? That's some shit. Like... Whoa, really? Yeah, it's just... That's just an eject spell. That's disgusting. Alright, here we go. We got our iron back ready. We're gonna try to capture that guy. But first... chop the other nerd up real quick here. What jerk. Okay, so the Ironback has 2200 HP, and we gotta get it down to a fairly low percentage considering to actually capture... Wow, that did nothing. That's... neat. So is it only vulnerable to, like, magic damage or something? Well, I guess we'll try to hit it. Yeah, it's definitely not taking regular physical damage, that's for sure. I mean, that kind of fits the theme a little bit, but hey. And so I think each set of this does, like, a little over the amount of damage that I was thinking, but hey, that's fine. Go on defense there. Oh, did you just kill... You just killed it. Ferris, you're really overachieving right now. Fuck's sakes. Oh well. That's kind of annoying. Well, I'm going back to the sub real quick to heal. Bruh. I'm right on the exit to the submarine. Come on. And now 2 of them are using image because kind of jerks. Here, you know what might help out with this a little bit? 2 shots of fire. I don't know how that calculates their evasion, but how their evasion is calculated against that, but on paper, I'm just hoping, yeah, it's maybe it'll hit more easily than the other thing. But the answer is the damage is quite poor. So we'll just get him the old-fashioned way. By just beating on his ass as hard as possible. Over and over. Alright, let's heal. Excuse me. Alright, well, see ya. You couldn't have waited like 1 second to do that. You pink robe bastard. Dude, this guy coming in here like, play my game, Emily. Yeah, kiss my ass, buddy. And one of them even gave Ferris the old circle for some reason. What a jerk. She needs those ABPs to have more max HP, because that's like the main thing that Monk does. Is that and punching people in the face. Oh yeah, we're not hitting that one, that's for sure. These are some of the more annoying monsters that I've seen in a minute. It's like, hey, we're just gonna buff our evasion and... Yeah. Haha, just use haze, right? Every Smogon admin is like screaming silently from hearing a phrase like that. Good, TBH, but... okay, fine, that might be a little bit weird still. Ah, here we go. Here's our friend Blepas, Blepas. Or, as he's called in this version, Shote. And not what I said earlier. Not... That'd be ridiculous. You call him Blepas. Who does things like that? Anyway, here. So, here's a big trick with this guy, is you can just poison him and sit back and just sort of deal with everything else. Unfortunately, I don't think we actually landed the poison. So we're gonna try and do that again. In fact, we're just gonna double cast poison just to try to be absolutely sure here. I mean, the effects show, but like... I'm not seeing damage numbers, so... Here, I will scan and see if the number has gone down, because he's got like 5,000 HP to start with, and he hasn't taken it. He is poisoned, supposedly, so... I guess... Okay, yeah, there we go. I saw a damage number come up. Technically speaking, I might be safe to just, like, enter fast forward here. Right, he uses Drain also. That's very annoying. Wish I had a bone mail right now. I could just abuse that. But no, okay, he's too busy being a dickhead, so I guess we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna punch him in the craw, and then we're going to get Ferris also stoned for some reason. Good. I think. Does he just go after a second person if he gets attacked multiple times? Because, yeah, otherwise this is just how you deal with him, is you... continuously unpetrify people whenever that becomes necessary. Unfortunately, Ferris is just going to be on healing duty because being a red mage doesn't allow you to cast Asuna. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ah, what a fucking choice. Anyway. And I forgot to equip Galuf with the, with his white magic skill again. For some reason. Let's see if Kick triggers, yeah, of course it does. Sensible, but still. A little bit irritating. It's alright! Things like this are the exact reason, ultimately, why we bought, like, 1.5 billion of every single fucking consumable, is so that way we could deal with fights like this real easily. Instead of just having to sit around waiting for Blepas to presumably not be able to run on an MP in the first place. Actually, I mean, that's 500. And Drain presumably actually costs it something. There we go. We have successfully slain the cat and 9 Blepas. Give me your soul. That's right. Meanwhile, in this translation, it's just Shoat, which is a type of boar. So, there we go. We learned that ability, and Lena is now a Master Ninja, so we can swap her over to a real class if we want to. And by a real class, I mean... any class, actually. Yeah, I mastered Blue Mage for her as well, even though, honestly, that's kind of not necessary. But hey. You become a black mage, I guess, Lena. Why not? Give you blue magic as your alt there. So that way you can equip that dancing dirk. And use a tent. Save. Just to at least make sure that we've got that part saved. Here we are at the Chocobo Forest. Work! Nah, the female Chocobos don't... Rideable ability. They cannot be ridden. Gotcha. It's just a side quest. This might just be a side quest. That's okay. Now we got a bald money, we got a land turtle, we got 2 cure beasts. We got a good use for the kick ability then. Let's hand out some bio. We learned earlier in the game that that shit sucks to get hit by, and it's even true if you're an enemy. Hooray! We get a turtle shell. I don't know if we required that yet, but hey, why not? And here's yet another of these guys. Another Iron Man and a Druid. Oh, hell. What am I doing? Answer is doing my inputs wrong, that's for sure. Ooh, nice powerful counterattack there. That's pretty good. Go ahead and rest. That's rarely a bad idea, you know. Alright, let's go and find our way to where we need to be. Quite clearly, it's not here. There's no mark on the map to let us do that. Go in there, rather. Let's negotiate with this. I'm probably going to have to be taking a long walk no matter what. Or am I just dumb? I'm not good at telling where places are on the map, to be totally honest with you. It's a very small map, in my defense. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Yo, the counterattacks. Galuf doing fucking work. Just all by himself there. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. More turtles. More turtles. White Wind just to max everybody's HPs out. Oh, geez, I didn't realize that she was still waiting to act. Wow. Okay. Yeah, nice counterattack. Start doing the submarine thing here. Again, just got to make sure that I'm not being a complete putz about this because, hey, the world map doesn't also does not tell me what places are named, and That other location did not appear to be it. And did get us... It got us a summon, but hey. Is that... Yeah, that's still in the same landmass. Okay. Right, I can just look at the map, actually. Good thinking, me. Only I hadn't taken more than a second to realize that. Eesh. Alright, resurface. It should put us right here. Well, here's the Village of Moor, so it's got to be on the right track. There is shit to buy here, if I recall correctly, in addition to a 70 gold inn. Boy, these places are getting real expensive. This is fucking highway robbery. I mean, okay, it's not that bad, but still. Anything we need to Yeah, we need some more softs. And what about over here? This will be the advanced stuff, right? Yeah, so I mean, cottages would probably be smart, but for the time being, we can wait on those until after we gear up. Until after we buy our magic and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure there's shops for all of those purposes in this town. Alright, diamond shields. We're gonna buy stuff even if we can't use it yet. Yeah, we have no classes that use it anyway. Now, technically, I probably should buy, like, 4 of everything just to be sure. Because I don't know what my class layout is going to look like at any particular point. But this will be fine. Yeah, I mean, this shit's still pretty expensive, actually, so... I'll buy some diamond armbands. That's about how much they cost in Earthbound. So... Yowza, that cut our money down like nuts. Okay, what's this diamond armband even give us anyway? Well, it weighs quite a bit, apparently, but it gives us 4 defense. So that's nice. 4 defense and a not small amount of magic defense. Of, like, 5 or something. So, I mean, I'm quite okay with that. Grabbing those tiger masks for our monks makes me feel like we've upgraded them to luchadors a little. Which is, you know, that's quite an upgrade, actually. I only need the 1 air lancet, I think, and the elfin bow. Sure, we'll buy 1 of those for our buddy. That's not the one that just steals mana, right? I think there's one of them that literally just steals mana. Or something, but... Anyway. We'll worry about that later. I guess there's not much in terms of weapon upgrades, which is a shock. Maybe by now we're supposed to just be getting them from other sources. And I would effing well try if the odds were a little better of actually pulling that off. Alright, yeah, we got all this stuff already, which is great, because that saves us about 1% of the money that we would normally need to spend here. Reflect, Berserk. Alright, thank goodness we already have those, because, yeah. Let's take a look at what the time magic is looking like. Okay, yeah, we got, once again, 3 spells that we do not have. Holy shit, who could imagine that diamond armor was expensive, right? This is why when I'm playing Minecraft, I don't make armor at all. I just go and I get fucking killed constantly until we make progress. Boy, that kick ability is coming in handy for its ability to... Yeah, I know, the ability's ability, right? Great language on my part. For its ability to hit multiple people, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright. Pull out this Elder's Branch, and the way opens up to us. Well, at least it doesn't seem to be trying to maul us just yet. Yeah, that is something I'd be a little bit suspicious about, to be fair. We got an enemy called the Galak Jelly here. Surely it's supposed to be Galactic Jelly on some level, right? Which is still a strange name for it no matter what it is, but hey. Okay, we got some of these dudes here. Spins real hard and glints all day. Hey, Lears, how's it going? Hope you're having a good... Shit, what time is it? It's like 8 o'clock. Yeah, I hope you're having a good that. It's like 8,000... Yeah, that would probably be a... Ah, Jesus. Always that bad fucking AC, and yeah, I assume that in location censored, it's really fucking hot right now, because it's hot basically everywhere in the US right now, and to a ridiculous extent, really. But hey, you know, something about the machine that lies to people. Obviously, that's not the only cause of global warming. I'm not that stupid, but it ain't helping, that's for fucking sure. Although, on the other hand, it sounds like there's an attempt going on to basically sue a lot of computer component companies, RAM companies, for doing what I think legally technically does count as cartel shit. But even if it's not legally cartel shit, I think in the back of our heads we all know it's cartel shit. So, maybe if we're lucky, that will have some sort of effect. It won't do anything, probably, but hey, we can dream, can't we? He'll raise prices to recoup the cost. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen. And of course, you know, everybody will look the other way. This is also without saying the idea of, like, the lawsuit is going to find them innocent because this is the version of the world that we live in. But also, it's not the first time they've been sued for doing cartel shit, which is fucked. You know, it's been a thing that happened a couple of decades ago, too. And by a couple, I kind of literally mean two. But, you know, again, it's always just like, man, we can hope. It's probably never gonna get fixed. Not without something really serious happening. But, like, you know, we can hope, right? Yeah, exactly, you know. Just like most court decisions, basically, is that somebody secrets a pile of money over to them, and then I get to go and read the news and look at the decisions out of the court on any particular day. Well, okay, actually, what I'm about to say is about the Supreme Court, but so that's not the same, because they don't need the money to make the world worse. They're just all evil fucks. But either way, it's like, hey, I can go look at these court decisions and suddenly be like, wow, great day for pedophiles, huh? Anyway. Setting that part of things aside, because how much does anybody really need to talk about fucking politics? But also, yeah, we thankfully do have central air in this house. The only thing I can suggest to you, and I cannot believe I'm suggesting this, because these things are not really the best, but if your solutions are that and fucking melting, possibly look at a portable air conditioner? Those do exist. They're not the best option, but something is better than nothing. A rag on a stick. Well, I mean, do what you gotta do. I will go back into the Forest of Moor in a second. I am headed back to town before I even look at how much money I have. Do I have enough money for all that time magic yet? Not quite, but pretty close. So let's go and raise that real quick. Excuse me. It's only $3 grand. How long can that take? Yeah, you're right. I probably could sell some shit, couldn't I? But also, selling items in an RPG. Sick in the head, dude? It's bald money, yes. Bald money, or apparently Jeff Bezos. I don't know. I don't know why they're called that. I'm like, the fuck is their name in a translation that's not so jank? You better believe I don't know. Hold up. Pop open the bestiary list and see if we have a little bit more information on our bestiarius here. Oh, that's different. It's, yeah, So apparently the Japanese name just sort of transliterates roughly to Bold Magni, which is also a very strange name, but hey. I guess if you're a little bit drunk and you're the sort of localizer, and I use that term very loosely, who ends up converting Sarissa to salsa, you might be the sort of guy who transforms Bold Magni into Bald Money. Bald Money, the shittiest rap name anybody's ever heard of. Anywho, we only need those. I think we're good to go otherwise. Let's just go heal, though. I'm absolutely sure. We have destituted ourselves a little bit. It's because I bought all that fucking diamond gear that I will mostly need later. And in fact, may end up not needing, period. Jeez. Oh yeah, I think the relaunch of the 5800 X3D happened on Friday. Right? I think I saw somewhere a list price below $400, but that's not gonna last. I'll look into it closer to Christmas. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be a special. Or by special I mean a list price listing. Or who knows, maybe everybody will just sort of rebel against computers at that point, and you know, I guess that'd be a form of luck in and of itself, too. But regardless, I ain't too worried about it at the moment. But hey, cool to know that is a thing that's going on. I think it's a good thing that they're bringing back, well, that they are bringing that back. I was going to say if they're bringing back AM4 architecture, that's probably something that deserves an asterisk. But I'm not sure how, like, super important AM5 is for performance or going to the level of RAM speeds they need. Yeah, that's right, Tav. We're taking out our twig and we are showing it to the forest and being like, hey, remember this. We're going to be doing something else funny with a tiny piece of wood later in the game. Oops, spoilers. I'm pretty sure that's, like, one of the things that people know the best about this game, though, so, like, I feel like I'm okay with talking about that. Aw, jeez, these guys absorb bio. Well, isn't that rude? If I can ever land a hit on you, fucker, you are going so... somewhere. I was about to say going so down, apparently. As opposed to so going down. Wow, okay. I guess clearly I have to, like, work on the word order there. If I'm going to... If this VTube shit is going to be real, I have to practice this. Listen, a Valley Girl accent is like the equivalent in some translations of what a Gyaro accent is, right? It's not what I'm going for, period, but that's a joke. Because it's something else that people fetishize. It's like bugs, apparently. Don't. Don't even try to tell me about that. I'm doing a bit here. But you have to decide how much of any of this is the bit. The actual bit is the part where I'm streaming this game. I'm not actually playing this. Somebody else is doing it. Currently, right now, I'm just sitting here and I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm reading that book that I bought last year and I didn't fucking read because I forgot to. That's right, Galuf. Give him your hand extender. Ow. Hey, take off your blindfold. You're not speedrunning Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Come on. See, Lena can hit that thing. She's actually trying, unlike you, Butts. I like how this game sort of inverts your expectations a little bit, though, because I think most people would be like, oh yeah, the bow, that's clearly the accuracy weapon, right? Well, bows actually have a lower base accuracy than most other weapons, because reasons. Yes, that's right, we're blaming it on a fucking candy bar, because we've absolutely run out of ideas at this point. And I refuse to accept any blame for anything that was done in this game in terms of its design, because I didn't actually do any of it. Hey, you know what? That thing's at full HP. Besides, I'm pretty sure this Chucklefuck only has like 1 HP, so... just hit it with the old bio. Give him the old bio blaster. I think that's what Edgar calls his oh, sorry. Oh, they dropped oh, did I not even need to buy a fucking... I didn't even need to buy a wizard hat in town. Just steal it off of one of those guys. Such a fool. What about his robe? Can I take... Actually, he's a mini-mage, right? So... yeah, they're mini-mages, so... my guess is that it probably wouldn't fit us, despite what our overworld sprites here that are in battle, or in-battle sprites, rather. They're not actually our overworld sprites, would have you believe. Because, scaling, for some reason. The more you think about the representational aspects of these things, the weirder they get. Excuse me. Anyway, am I stupid? The answer is probably yes. I'm talking to these trees, I guess. Let me try talking to these trees. That's an idea, alright. Alright, come on, Galuf. You can hit that thing. Yeah. That weird green object. Whatever it is. Come on, Galuf. Deny that refresher shard. There we go. Because that's clearly what that is. Oh, okay, that's sensible, actually. Well, mostly sensible. Yes, here we are in a bit of a root cellar. Very small one. It's only like a couple of feet. A lot of roots, though. And just the one last tree here. Thankfully, it used Berserk on itself to make this even easier, because we really need that. The Tipper. Alright. Very easy fight. After a minute or so. This, and... Actually, we could probably use some healing, so instead, Lena, spend your mana on some White Wind. I mean, it would help if she was at higher HP, but it'll be fine. Probably. Yeah, see, the bow doesn't really care too much about row, which is great. We'll accept its accuracy being kind of a little bit butt if it can do that, so... Hey. Intrigue. Alright, so I guess just keep finding the trees with the knot holes in them. Gotcha. And we've got some imps! They don't like to be hit. Try to hit this thing. And we got there. Excellent. Will Bio do good damage to these imps? I mean, it's passable. By the way, I want to point out to, I'm sure I've got a couple of people here who enjoy art. I follow quite a few artists on various platforms, and it kind of disappoints me on a certain level seeing as many of them signing up for Art Fight this year. Do people not remember what shitheads the people who run Art Fight are? Like, is this just a thing that people forgot? The answer is probably yes, by the way, but like, and I would have to pull up information to recount the issues to people over here too, but still, like, it's just, yeah, it's like, do you not know? Do you not remember what the issue here is? Do you not? It makes me a little bit sad. I suppose there's probably like some desperation to just do something, but man, get standards. Get fucking standards, people. Which is something that I could say about so many subjects, really, but hey. Hey, he's giving us a slip. He snuck a banana peel under Ferris's feet. Well, that's done and over with, thank goodness. Yeah, which is a special level of stupid. Like, fuck you mean references are not allowed? Are people supposed to, and especially because I see people who are like, oh yeah, I'm posting my original character from, doesn't that mean that any art of that original character that you've put up there inherently is counted as a you know, I guess, like, what is a reference, but also, who really cares about delving that deep into any of that stupidity, because there's all the other problems attached to it. And I mean, also, just in general, I think we gotta get around to getting rid of all these Puritan freaks, so, like, yeah. Now Butts is muddled. That's okay, he won't land a single hit, probably, because of using a bow. And as I've mentioned before, 85% accurate. Wait, no, that... I've played XCOM before. 85% accuracy, that'll always hit for the enemy. And for me, it ain't doing shit. Yeah, see, what did I tell you? And he even landed a crit that I mean, he's got the elf bow. I think that might be like the only one that can actually crit, other than the Yoichi bow, which we don't have yet. But surely you jest. Hi. Yeah, I mean, hey, in that case, well then, fucking... Right, like, yeah, okay, the stealth archer in Skyrim is fucking strong! I mean, there's a lot to say about, does that actually work? I follow a guy who's, like, an actual archer, and has done he did a little video about that, and the poses that he was pulling that would be like, okay, this is how you would avoid detection, are kind of crazy, but setting that part aside, nobody cares about that end of things. The reason why the build just funnels into that as a thing is because it's really good. It's why people play snipers in a lot of shit, too. It's just medieval sniper. Unfortunately, I'm shit at sniper in like every game, so I don't do that, but I get it is the thing. Like, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Although I do always think it's kind of funny to just play as just one of the lizard folks and just walk around bonking people with the big hammer. Or mace or other hammer-like implement of whacking people. Hey, good job there, Lena. Finally broke through its evade percentages. Or maybe not even percentages, but its ability to actually not get hit. Let's do that, and throw some of these out here, and hopefully land some hits would be nice. These enemies are very dodgy here. Okay, this is a save point. It didn't look complete, you know? So, yeah, let's tent and save and then continue getting lost in the woods. As one does. Those chocobos are confusing her. The spell simulates what it's like to get kicked in the head by a horse bird. Bird horse. Oh god, maybe not. That sounds like it turns you into a Republican. That would be incorrect. Lena, stop being dead, please. Now, technically, I could probably be casting Kiraga here, right? 27 MP, Jesus! Ooh! I think I will continue to not do that, actually. That does seem like a little bit much. And a succubus who's a dragon. Dagron, in this case. Bargain. And we got some... We got some mace. No, we got a mace, pardon me. Uh-oh, is Xset's gonna... Is he gonna sink this island too? He's setting it on fire. Xset, you wooden bucket wearing tin can son of a bitch. I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna do to you, but it's not gonna be very pleasant. Here, can we fight the fireballs? No. Can't believe Xset built a data center. Oh, man. God. Oh, data centers. Oh, fuck this garbage future that we live in. Let's stick around here for a while, and see what happens. I mean, we got Moogles nearby, so hey, why not, right? Hey, nice free heal. Makes me think a little bit about my science education when I was in high school. So, over here in the States, your high school science classes, first, at least at most of them, back when I was a kid, I don't know if things are different now, they'd teach you about biology, and then when you were a sophomore, they'd teach you chemistry. And then when you were a junior, you would take physics. I guess because they thought that that was the thing that made more sense or something. Well, I went to a gifted high school, which is real good for my brain. Being a gifted kid actually kind of fucks you up a little bit, but I digress. So, they did things differently, and I guess the idea was supposed to be that you would build, like, outward in terms of your understanding. That you would start with physics, and then you would move up to chemistry, and then you would move up to biology, because, you know, living things are made up of atoms, and those interact with physics, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't really tell you, but I can kind of tell you that I've been workshopping this a little bit, and I don't necessarily know for sure if this is all accurate, but I think that maybe a better way to teach kids your science, teach high schoolers the order that the science classes should be in, is that in the 9th grade, they teach you chemistry, right? So that way they teach you what parts of a data center are the most flammable and what makes them flammable. And then you move up to 10th grade and they teach you about physics. So that way you can learn how to burn those parts of a data center. And then in 11th grade, you move up to biology, so that way you learn the processes that you need to know in order to strengthen the right muscles, so that way you know how to get out of Dodge after you burn the fucking data center, so that way the cops can't catch your ass. Anyway. Unfortunately, these Moogles only know how to say Kupo. They have a language that only contains one word. It's like the exact opposite of that idea that gets passed around about how, like, oh, well, the Inuits, that's not the word they use, obviously, have, like, 40 words for snow or something like that. But I don't know if that's actually accurate, because I don't know much about the Inuk language or any of the various other First Nation peoples of that part of the world, so... Because I think that Inuit, even then, is just like a reference to a singular subset of that, and certainly we don't say the fucking E word around here. You know, I may trip over my own dick when it comes to... Oh, god damn it. When it comes to certain matters of, like, you know, because I'm not the best educated in these departments. No surprise there, really, and I didn't even cast the correct... Oh, you can just drain them to death. Okay. Yes, that is exactly what I'm getting at. Thank you. Is that I'm trying to say that I think even then that's not like a single a single people is the idea of this, the Inuit, which I will say that Inuit is the plural word, so if you're saying Inuits, you are not very well informed. Which happens, but just to confirm, that's not a thing. Inuk is the singular, Inuit is the plural. Presumably they're not even entirely pronounced that way because, well, the usual reasons. But, anyway. Let's see about bumping these things off real quick. At least now I know I can just drain them to death. If the rest of these fucking clowns don't know how to hit these things, that'll work. Just give them the suck. I'm not sure it's a good idea to do something that looks like that, but hey. Anyway, now that Xdeath has burned the forest down, which is like... Bro, he's a tree. That's extra fucked up for him to do that. Imagine being a tree and just setting a big forest on fire like that. And on top of that, this is... this is like his hometown that he just set on fire. Alright, dickhead, what's your major malfunction? Feel that way about hometowns. I mean, I don't know. I think I still like Chicago. I haven't been to Chicago in like a couple of years, but you know, that's what happens when your family are all a bunch of paranoid idiots, but I digress. Hey, we got some ash. That's not very useful. I don't even think that sells for very much. It's just a thing that deals a little bit of damage when you throw it. And when I say a little bit of damage, I mean even less than you think. Ugh. It's unimpressive. Regardless, we got ourselves a fire... well, the fire sword is the one I actually wanted to comment on, so that's nice. So at least they're... I like how the forest burns down and then all the treasures are changed into being fire-themed. Also, there's still this much of the forest left, by the way. Xdeath out here burning down, like, only a small percentage of the forest. Listen, I'm not here to be like, hey, you should have done better, but also... Man. He literally just made a trail straight up to where we were, and that's it. And then it's like, okay, I'm done. What a strange choice, you know? Anyway, thinking about Chicago again, man, I miss record stores. I bet they don't exist anymore, basically. Like, not even specific locations in Chicago, just basically the concept of record stores. Going to places just isn't a thing anymore, surely. Right? Because, like, all that stuff has moved online, and then all of those platforms have summarily been destroyed and folded into eBay. You know, a company that wants to feed all of your information into an AI after you've, you know, which was, God, that was actually probably about a year ago when I got that message, and I'm just there like, Porqué? What do you fucking need an AI for? You're fucking eBay! What, are you gonna be the ones who are making up the fake fucking listings that way you can scalp too? So that way you can make idiots think that they're gonna get Grand Theft Auto 6? And actually, I think those people deserve it, but... Very specifically, like, people who want to buy Grand Theft Auto, GTA 6. It's like, man... The cultural moment for GTA has passed. I think. Is how I would say in general. Is it like... Truth be told, it was over when GTA 5 was out. It was over when GTA 4 was coming out, too, really. Well, I mean, arguably, because I'd say San Andreas was kind of like the end of any sort of... Not that I'm here to talk about game quality, I'm just talking about, like... What was the point after that, right? GTA 3 invented the modern, the modern open world game, and we are still suffering from the consequences thereof. I could absolutely believe that being a thing, Tab. I don't have evidence of it, though, so I can't say for sure. At least Saints Row 3 is like a... Hey, the Saints Row the Third is a much better game. I mean, again, I'm not a huge fan of the open world style, or of... You know, some people will probably be like, oh, well, that's not open world. That's shut up, you nerd. Whatever you want to call it, I'm not a huge fan of that style, but... Saints Row the Third succeeds despite that, as opposed to because of it. I think that's kind of the case with any of the open world games that I actually enjoy. Like, Nier Automata is a game that would be better if it wasn't as open world. There are places where there's some utility to it to, like, witness the destruction, but exploring it, I don't think that makes for fun gameplay. Realistically, I don't actually think I like Skyrim. I mean, I'll play it for a bit, but it's like, Skyrim's kind of a bad game. It might make some people mad, but it's like, the thing that I do in Skyrim is I get distracted building a house. And being upset that they won't let me romance Brynjolf. At least I get to be a lizard. That's like probably the best part of Skyrim is, hey, I get to be a cool lizard person. I have never completed the main quest of Skyrim, and I never will. Where's the value in it, right? Like, I just play a real game and... Something, anyway. That's probably enough before I get, like, before somebody shows up to try to kill me. But I stand by the statement of Skyrim not truly being a good game. You can tell it isn't because Todd Howard keeps re-releasing it. He's desperate for approval. That's why Bethesda took the Fallout franchise and were like, please love us. And then they made, well, let me just say, I appreciate the idea of referring to it as Skyrim 2. In this case, I presume that you're meaning specifically Elder Scrolls 6, because arguably there's been a lot of Skyrim 2s at this point, because, I mean, they're not the same theming as Skyrim, they're not the same fantasy racism simulator. You know, Fallout 4 is kind of a Skyrim 2. Starfield is a Skyrim 2. From a purely mechanistic stance, obviously. Like, somebody will be like, oh, I'm a huge fan of Clavicus Vile. That's a big selling point for me. And first of all, I'll say, no, the fuck you ain't. And second of all, you know, just sort of pretend Clavicus Majoris, or whatever his name is there with you when you play Starfield. Or Fallout 4, I guess, because that's cheaper. Don't buy Starfield. In fact, don't play video games in general. I mean, Skyrim 2 is... Though every inch must be unique and filled with things, it also has to be bigger than it. I think that you're not wrong about that, because that is sort of like the impetus that a lot of game creators have in the large AAA type of space. Is not just, oh, we have to make it effing gigantic because this sense of epic scope will really make people, you know, somebody might think it's like, oh, it's because people want their money's worth. No, they don't fucking care about that. They would sell you a 15-minute game for $100 if they could get away with it. And with the price points on GTA 6, they might be getting closer than ever. A little bit upsetting, but hey. First $100 game, unless somebody beats them to it, yes, for like just base price $100, I would absolutely believe that. Because technically, GTA 6 has been announced at a price point of, I think, I believe at a price point of $80 for its base version, and then there's the big, dumb, stupid special edition that every video game has that is a minimum of $100, depending on the various, like, gradings and scalings there. Which, at this point, we've just sort of hit this point where, like, that price jack-up went by and nobody cared because gamers have no morals or scruples or anything, really. Just the emptiest people whose entire identity is tied to, I play the video game. Well, good for you. The least you can do is have some taste about it. Anyway, ultimately, this just sort of goes back to the thing that I've said many times before about, hey, remember when everybody was boycotting the Switch 2 because of its massive, because of the price attached to it? And then they all immediately went out and decided to personally suck Shigeru Miyamoto's dick? I don't know, maybe the Switch 2 is a decent piece of hardware. Does it have any fucking games? Oh, what? It's got Star Fox? Again? They've been remaking this game for 30 fucking years, dude! I'd say Star Fox fans deserve more, but I don't necessarily know if that's really true, because truth be told, I can't say I've ever met, like, a hardcore Star Fox fan, but serious fans of certain other Nintendo franchises are, you know, they pointedly deserve worse. Power Emblem! Ugh! I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me there. What's sad about that is that I actually do kind of like Fire Emblem games a little bit. They're enjoyable, but I'm not going to make it my entire personality the way some people do. Imagine being so empty that, like, the only thing that you have any... being so empty that the only thing that you can do with your entire little bit of brain power is go online and post about how incredibly evil it is that there's a character... I'm trying to place now, actually, hold on. I was about to say something, I just went, shit, is this an ambiguous statement or not? Because it was going to be, imagine, you know, just posting about how evil it is that there's a teacher character in this school-focused game who has feelings for one of her students in certain situations. Like, man, the way people get about Manuela in Three Houses is kind of like, listen, anything in Three Houses kind of leads to, like, people becoming deranged. But, oh boy, any of them are about equally as, like, special as each other. Here we are, folks. They don't got names, but it's the crystals of Galuf's world. The things that are, like, weirdly Jello crystals here. So I don't remember what exactly the thing any of these are weak to is, but you do absolutely just want to try to kill them all off as fast as possible. They're the type of enemies that get, like, angrier as they get lower health. So that's a good reason to try to burst them all together. I mean, I guess burst them down singly would work, too, if you had that kind of damage. Listen, the point here is that we just are going to do things this way, and that may not necessarily be the smartest idea I've ever had, but we're going to try to make this BS work here. Do I have a good, like, area of effect? Well, I can throw out some arrow too here. Will this do damage? It'll heal the one in the back. I guess they do, in fact, have varied elemental statuses and stuff. That makes a little bit of sense, but anyway, I don't give a shit about graphics. Is the key point here about that Star Fox remake. Like, oh, it looks nicer. And I'm just sitting over here pointing at the fucking ape who requires nice graphics to be able to play a game. look at what we're playing right. Ooh, that ain't good. When did we save? We at least saved at the last save point in the Force of More. That's... Yikes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about you want to try to kill those things fast at the end there, but I was the one who didn't push it hard enough in terms of, like, I pushed it too much, rather, because I should have gone back and healed. Unfortunately, I'm dumb. At least we get the little Moogle dancing for us. Aw, Moogle. Yeah, see, I told you I was last this place. Anyway. Let's try to get back to there and not fuck it up. Alright, yep. Hey, guess what? X-Death Data Center. Okay, hold up. I did... Oh. Fudge. I said hold up. There we go. I mean, that's nice and all. We've got the items for this, right? Let me just make sure, because I saw this again as a strategy. Okay, good. We've got enough. We got enough dark matter for sure. Hell yeah. Oh, we got the Aegis shield from there instead of the fire shield, which... The Aegis shield is kind of nice. Because... It resists some status effect... Oh, Moogle was on top of us. That's funny. Stick around here. Stick around. Hey, can you guys explain the difference between your two Koopos? The answer is no. Maybe there is no difference. Alright, good. He's got out of the way. Let's go. Oh no, the chest that we looted earlier is empty. Wow, who could have foreseen such a thing? Yeah, he's making that mini-mage pissed off. Well. That's alright. Weird log thing. Shouldn't you have died in the... Ah, whatever. See, Xdeath missed at least one here. Yeah. Oh. Wrong spell set there. That didn't work. Good job. Alright, let's give one of these things a suck real quick. As we're all just missing all of these Galact Jellies real badly. Like, slightly embarrassing, really. Only slightly. That up and just try to clear these enemies already. Boy, it weren't so easy to miss all these guys. Be a lot less annoying. Yeah, good job, Galuf. One hit is good enough because they have like 75 HP or something. They are extremely fragile. Yeah, see, that one went real fast. Much better. Much, much better. Significantly improved. Improved. Unfortunately, this encounter rate is being a little bit of a bitch to me right now. Like, Jesus. Take 2 steps and get back attacked by this group, too. Fuck my entire fucking life, dude. Ugh. Pretty nice crit, though. That's some good news. At least there's some to be had here. Eat these real quick. Hey, good stuff. Guy's HP was leaking. Alright, and that's the trees removed. Lena got another Black Mage level. Very good. Very handy. She's gaining abilities. That's nice. We can use those later. Right, meanwhile, Galuf, Galuf. Give me some of that. Oh, that's pretty good for an area heal. That's a nice little area of effect for us. Let's just keep on going here. Come on. Get me out of these fights. At least be one that's not full of these dudes. Never mind. Fuck. Well. Can we at least get easy kills on most of them? Yes, we can. Give that guy the suck and proceed. Suck given, and we are off. Alright, let's pull out our stick. Oh, wait, no, I don't think we're allowed to use that. Okay, let's move forward. Yeah, we've seen this bit before, so... Okay, so here's my strategy this time. Apparently these things are susceptible to instant death. I didn't realize that at the time. I had heard that before, now that I think about it, but I forgot it. So, I mean, close enough, right? So here's how we're gonna do that. Phoenix down. Where is it? Dark Matter. And... Kapow! That death potion do be deathing and potioning. So meanwhile, literally everybody else, you're on healing duty. Because I didn't get any others of them the chemist ability yet, because I got distracted by other things, I guess. Damn, that's a lot of damage there, Ferris. Good job. Because we're just spamming area of effect cures for, like, no effect, really. But yeah, see, this is yet another one of those fights. It's like, oh, on paper that sounds real hard, and then you start looking into the absolutely goofy way that you can defeat it, and it's like, oh, this is piss easy. Final Fantasy V, everybody. It's honestly a really funny game in a lot of ways. I'm so glad. Oh shit, what am I doing? I'm forgetting that that doesn't properly target afterwards. Whoops. Well, it's alright. We'll have him back in no time, probably. Especially if Galuf actually gets a turn here. He should. Yeah, there we go. Listen, I'm just that flush with dark matter that I can do that, and I'm showing off. I'm trying to intimidate the boss. It wasn't me doing shitty inputs or anything. I'm not that stupid. I am definitely that stupid. Do it correctly this time. And we have successfully deathed all 4 of the crystals of Galuf's world. That was definitely a good idea. And it will in no way cause any sort of problems. There he is. There's X-Death. He kept that in. He kept that evil laugh in for all of 1 line. I'm impressed. It's time. He's giving us the old electroshock treatment here. Uh-oh. Alright, come on, Moogle. Let's go and rescue these guys. Kryle has to go and pick up his grandpa from dying of getting electrocuted or something. Whoop. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that. Growl, you should definitely get out of the line of fire there, just in case. Oh, yeah, he's pissed. What's it look like he's doing? He's putting you in a ring of fire. And throwing you around. That would already look goofy anyway, but it looks even goofier with the way these graphics are set up. Oh. Look out. X-Death. Galuf is mad. He's just actually this fucking strong. God, Galuf is such a baller. I hope he's not about to die here. That would be bad. That's right. It's time for him to 1v1 X-Death, and oh, X-Death do in fact hurt quite a bit, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Probably. Like, surely Galuf has got some sort of mechanic to just, like, not care about the rules. As he just starts punching X-Death in his tiny wooden dick. And he's at 0 HP, and Galuf continues not giving a fuck. Oh my god, he is so cool. Yeah, this sequence rules. Just this old man punching a tree wearing plate armor. Now I'm really mad. Oh, he's giving it to us. He's giving us quite the combo. And Meteor as well. Meanwhile, Galuf just lives through sheer force of will. Oh, it's not about him being angry. He's doing it to save his granddaughter. And also just because it would be really sick if he pulled this off. That's right, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And the crystals proceed to go up X-Death's butthole for some reason. And he fades out. X-Death is X-Dead, everybody. Unfortunately, we did lose Galuf in the process. Well, that's it. That was Final Fantasy V. Great game. We're nowhere near done. By nowhere near done, I mean, well, near is always a weird word, right? We still got a good chunk of game left to go, though, that's for sure. Everybody comes in. Try to bail him out. I mean, to be fair, he was fighting at 0 HPs for a pretty long time there. I mean, come on. He definitely makes Tello look like a fucking wuss, though, I'll tell you that. Good one, Roundy. Thank you for the resubscription for 15 months. Heck yeah. It's a good time. And Bartz is casting some heals. Lena is casting some heals. Ferris has just got items, because I guess Ferris kind of sucks at magic or something. And guess what? Nothing is saving Galuf's life, unfortunately. Galuf's flame flickered out. Wait, no, he wasn't the guy who was affiliated with fire. He was the earth guy, right? Anyway, I think it is kind of neat that during this scene, they immediately cut off the thing that everybody jumps to with Aerith's death, pardon me, in later games, where you always get at least some guy who's on a forum who's like, who thinks that he's outsmarted the writers. And is like, well, why didn't they just use a Phoenix down? It's like anytime somebody thinks they've found some sort of like expert scam, the odds are pretty good that it's not really going to work out that well, or there's going to be a change in that regard in the long run. And a big part of it is because a lot of the localizations of Final Fantasies up to before a certain point were absolute dog about certain very specific points. Combine this with the fact that most of them, and by most of them, I mean all of them pre-7, were on Nintendo hardware. So when people see suggestions, the idea of like, oh, well, it recovers somebody being knocked out. And the reputation that Nintendo had, even at that point, for censoring certain things. Because, like, even if you were a complete ignoramus about that kind of thing, there's some stuff that's like, you'd have to be a complete fool to think that it's that straightforward. You know, like ActRaiser, for example. ActRaiser, a game where you literally play as God, and they call him the Master, and you're fighting Satan called Tanzra in that game. Yeah, okay, sure. I really believe that. It's not literally God and the devil. Okay, whatever you say. But basically, I think a lot of people will see a reference to the idea that Phoenix Downs restore you from being knocked out, and the life spells, which were later renamed to Raise, restore you from being knocked out, and they'll be like, that can't be right. They're dead, surely. No. The amount of instances where people die in combat in Final Fantasy games is quite low, actually. And this is another instance where, again, they're using things that recover from being knocked out, whereas Galuf is fucking dead. If the translation had been better for FF7, which it is not very good, I don't know how to break this to you, but they done fucked up quite frequently with that, then I think maybe on paper there was like a 1% chance that some people would try not to, might be a little bit smarter about that sort of thing. But regardless, that's it. Rip Galuf, he was a real one. He fought X-Death while he was at 0 HP. But nope, he finally got in the end. So, unfortunately, it's just, that's all for us. We gotta pick ourselves up and we gotta carry on. I guess we just say, can we leave? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, well. There, I guess it just takes us a minute. Yep. Ah, he's got that ghost phone, huh? Oh, off goes Kryl. We should probably make sure she doesn't get eaten on the way out by killer trees. I'd be careful about that thing if I were you. Power of Elder's tree, which protected the crystals for 1,000 years. Now, I give that power to you. That's right. Galuf is bestowing his power... Bestowing, pardon me. Did I just say bestowing? Wow. He's bestowing his power upon Kryl. So, Kryl gains Galuf's abilities. Doesn't gain his stats, though. Her stat growth is different, which is very odd. But, hey. Why not, right? Plot development. It probably would be a little bit strange if she punched quite as hard as Galuf did, because she is a 14-year-old girl. And those are not very well known for being able to punch, you know, through plate armor. Not without training. Not without extensive training. But our Windrake is here still. Oh, I guess we got to get out of here. All right, real quick, let's set Kryl up with some gear and a job. Would probably be a good idea for Kryl to not be listed as bear. That seems like something that we should correct right now. And here, you get to carry the white magic. Yeah, girl becomes the healer, etc. But listen to me, she's inheriting Galuf's abilities, so it's fine. We're all set to go here, and I think our first course of action is we're going to have to find a way to get out from around these mountains. Oh, you just go out this way. Can we go pick up our submarine? Nah, it looks like we're... Yeah, we're definitely not getting our submarine back, guys. Fuck. Well, that's a shame. Submarine would be pretty useful. Unfortunately, with how I play video games, I mean, to be fair. I say now the submarine would be pretty useful, yeah, okay. And then I just set it on dive, and like 3 turns later it runs out of gas because I'm too busy not paying attention to it. Need healing? Need healing, don't we? Kryl's not at full HP. She's not at full mana either. What the hell? Alright, fine. We'll stop off in Werewolf Town, and we will go get healed real quick. Oh, you're the item shop. Right. I'm being a fool here. And that's Castle Ball there. I don't think we have to go to Castle Ball just yet. I think we go instead off to Castle Exdeath, right? Unless we're still walled in. No, we have an exit, right? We just have to go a long way to get to it. Yeah, it's over here. That's why I prefer the submarine, honestly, because it feels like it's easier to navigate. All these fucking mountains in the way of everything. Eesh. Alright. I gotta land over here, I guess. And now it's time to enter the old Exdeath Castle again here, right? Clean this place up and hopefully make that quick. Oops. Let's... Kinda has levels as a summoner, right? Because we did get a pretty good... Oh, she does not. Okay. Ferris has levels as a summoner, I think. Yeah. I mean, level 5 summon magic is going to take a long fucking time to get, but that's fine. We'll deal with it. And we will save right out here, just in case they stole my save point. They might have. They take the water out, I remember that. Oh man, everybody's toast. Nah, I'm not even gonna go look and see if the save point is there. We're just gonna start climbing up the midsection here. Make sure we get those chests. We got these twin lizards and all rages. Shote's a one target. Fuck. Well, let's show it off anyway. Here. Take a look at Demon Eye. I don't know if that works, but I'm judging by the particle effects and the fact that the weird rabbit creature just disappeared. Yeah, it does. Oh, boy. You are going to make this a problem, aren't you? Yeah, because when this thing dies, it has to have another target to attempt to res. Right? Oh my goodness. Unless I can just, like, silence it. That might work. Or we can just have that happen. Maybe it only triggers once. That would make my life a lot easier. Alright, we've got some Reflect Mages here. Love to see that. We would like to try to get rid of those guys as much as possible, as they are a problem otherwise. Now, thankfully, I don't think this can be reflected. I don't even think Area of Effect Magic is, like, fully reflected anyway, so... Still... Take him out using as much as we know cannot be reflected, because otherwise those guys really suck the butts. Hard is it to hit a wolf? And actually, come to think of it, the answer is probably yes. Ah, shit. Ferris has a dancing dagger equipped. I'm dumb! I should probably swap that off, because it's really irritating when I waste a turn with it. It's alright, Ferris is a mage and probably shouldn't be doing that much physical damage, but as if that's ever stopped me. And we get a Diamond Shield, which I guess is nice if we want to have 4 knights in the party. Yeah, shoot that guy in his pee hole real quick. Say, give me that sword dance, come on. Ah, close enough. Come in here and do that. That should do some good damage to everybody. That's still respectable. I don't think it's as good as it has been in certain instances, but all considered, it's decent. And up we go to a place with some more water in it that we can't drink, fortunately. But does X-Death need it because he's a tree? He just requires water in order to... Then we get back attacked by 3 Reflect Mages. Well, alright, fine. I guess we're not continuing that line of not using my brain anymore, so... Just throw Kryl at them. That'll do fine. Somehow. That's right. We're getting out our Super Mario RPG Hurley gloves, everybody. Alright, just give him everything we've got. Oh, yeah, Sword Dance. Nice. Good damage. Good damage. Very nice, very nice, very nice, everybody. You'll love to see it. When a fight goes nicely. Anyway. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a dead-end looking place, eh? But no, Kryl is onto something here. She's not going to explain that to us, but... Yeah. No, Kelger, no. All the Dawn Warriors, no. There's Galuf. No walking animation for him, he's a ghost. Not sure what that was about, but hey. He gets it, so... He's gonna use his powers to shatter this illusion, I guess. Show us where the staircase is. I mean, I suppose we could just, like, push on the wall until we find it, right? It's just an illusion. Oh, good lord. That is... terrifying is what that is. It's alright. My favorite dungeons are the Giger-esque ones, so... And we got some damaging floor tiles in here. We're going to want that ability that we got from Geomancer in order to help out with that. Meantime, we've got a magical dragon to face here. I said face, not chase. Wait. It's okay, it's dead. We don't even have to think about any of that anymore. Get out of here, buddy. He's just rolled up like some kind of tire or something. Meanwhile, let's go in here, and the ability is called... Not Earth, no, because it's unactivated. Anti-trap, there we go. It does kind of look like it's blocked by bars or something, so... Anyway. We got a pretty big group here to deal with, so we'll hit them up with our Titan summon here, and then a little bit of AoE bio will do pretty good. It's an incredibly weird enemy in terms of how it behaves. And we're getting back attacked by these guys. Oh, good gravy. Hey, at least Kryle managed to get in some counterattacks there. That's good. Nice. You love to see the crits. Especially in a case like this. Alright. Titan, do your thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually work on the magic dragons. Good to know. I didn't realize that before. So in a case like that, you just want to hit them with probably just physical attacks. They might be straight up immune to magic. Ah, shit. They've got Eroga, so I suppose having a blue mage or having somebody have learn on might be a good idea, but... Oops. That's all I can say about that. You once again just launch Kryle at the enemies. Okay, they are actually susceptible to magic at least, so it's just that they're floating. Which makes sense with their sprite, but... I mean, we've hit some enemies that float. I think, with earth spells, even so. Hey, yeah, I'll take some HP steal. But I'm trying to back off so that way I can hit a save point. And we will start climbing this weird flesh castle next time. Oh my god, you are fucking kidding me right now. 2 in a row of the exact same back attack. God, what an annoying fight. Just because there's so many bodies here. Come on, let me leave. There we go. It just took like a year. There's 2 twin lizards here. This. The Titan seems to be pretty strong. Absolutely. Glad that's working out for us. Five blind wolves, huh? Oh, we shouldn't make fun of him for that. Jeez. Only for the fact that they're not very strong. Okay, hand out some bio. As I guess Ferris is just sort of thinking about it for a minute there. Sometimes ATB ends up with some weird shit happening like that. Alrighty. Alright, we're back outside. Let's save up, and thank you all for watching. I will see you next time when we will finally go and deal with Castle X Death. Took me way longer to get to than I thought it would.